This is the rep clone. Doesn't it look so nice next to a bush? This thing is the very start of something great. It sounds very close to being authentic. Like, that sounds pretty darn close to a rep. And just like a rep, it is impossible to get no tap. So you know what? It's pretty close. This thing is definitely the beginning of what is going to be a definite grail of mine. I've always wanted a rep, but not any basic rep, but a modded rep. And that is the exact reason why I got a rep clone. I want a modded rep. So it's not going to be a rep, really. It's going to be like an alien. It'll resemble a rep, but it is not a rep. It's all third market. And if all the pieces are going to be third market, I'm not going to wait to assemble the knife, taking months to buy all the parts, waiting for stuff to go in stock and all. I'm going to buy a frame. And what better to have a frame so I don't have to wait forever to flip than getting the clone. Sure, the clone's like 100 times worse, but like, it's a frame. And when you slowly replace it with more authentic parts, it becomes closer and closer to a real flipping rep experience. And not only that, but it'd be it's a lot more different than actual rep. So you'll have a unique piece, while it not being people won't hate on you for owning a clone. But for the meanwhile, people will hate on you for owning a clone. See, so far I already see the pivots, the pivot screws, the washers, and the bushings. They are authentic American hardware. Scales are too thick to fit these screws and these pivot screws over here, so that sucks. But just adding that makes this thing flip so much better. And if you wonder where that good sound comes from, it comes from actual American hardware. Chinese hardware is absolute crap. Unless you were like talking about Max Ace, because sheesh, that stuff's good. I took my second step in the rep journey. I just bought scales. These scales. These are a Firefox and Spasm Fingers collaboration. That means I can fit Firefox spacers and liners with no problem on them. So this thing is it's gonna be pretty good soon. It's gonna be pretty good looking with them orange scales. They're gonna feel good. I'm gonna heat anodize the titanium, and it's gonna be looking closer and closer to the real deal. Now what I'm planning on doing after that is I'm gonna most likely either get a Frankenforge reblade or hourglass trainer. I'm gonna get Firefox spacers, of course, most likely Firefox liners. I might get somebody else's liners, I'm not sure yet. But after that, this thing is gonna be like, holy crap, that's good, you know? Like, this thing already is feeling pretty a-okay, so I can't wait. And I'm so excited for the future of this thing. It's so cool to have a project knife. I've never experienced this because I feel it's like the Benchmade 51. I really miss those days. I've always wanted to like make a knife, so the rep is just like, you know, probably better than the Benchmade 51 anyway. And I'm just so excited to like have this turn into like a very desirable knife that people actually like won't make fun of me for owning. Like, people don't like clones, so you know, people aren't too into this, but you know what, this is good. And when I get everything together, this is gonna be probably one of my favorite balisongs. Definitely sandwich wise. Yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong with the rep. And honestly, I'm gonna recommend everybody to get a rep clone to start customizing their very own rep. This is a frame after all. This isn't a good flipper really. I mean, it's okay. It flips. It has a nice balance. It does its job pretty well. It's sharp, like, woo, it's sharp. Just get one. Mod it, you know, make it your own. It's cool. And you know, it can be frustrating sometimes to have a rep clone because some scales don't work with it, and then you have to like go back and forth buying hardware. But you know, it's a fun project knife, and what else you gotta do, you know? It's cool. And you don't have to waste all your money at once, so you can just slowly build it up. Anyway, that's all I want to say. Whoop. Check that out, cat.